The Israeli military announced on March 12th that it had begun a wide-scale wave of strikes targeting what it called terror regime infrastructure across Iran. The U.S. has destroyed over 0 Iranian targets since the start of Operation Epic Fury. Trump claims that little is left in Iran to bomb. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stated that U.S. forces are pressing their campaign and that Iran is badly losing the war. Iran launched what it called its most intense operation since the beginning of the war, firing some of its most advanced ballistic missiles toward Tel Aviv and Haifa in Israel. Iran's Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf warned on March 12th that Tehran would abandon all restraint if Iranian islands were attacked, saying the Persian Gulf would run with the blood of invaders. At least 6 ships have been struck by projectiles in the Persian Gulf or the Strait of Hormuz since early Wednesday. According to UK maritime trade operations, the Iranian military struck the Safe Sea of Vishnu, a Marshall Islands flagged tanker owned by a U.S. company, off the Iraqi coast in the Persian Gulf. After the vessel ignored warnings from the Iranian Navy, a second ship, the Maltese-flagged Zephyros, an oil and chemical tanker, was also struck nearby. Iraq's oil ports halted operations as a result. One port security official confirmed the body of a foreign crew member was recovered from the water. A third ship was struck Thursday morning off the coast of the United Arab Emirates. Near the Strait of Hormuz, Iran did not claim responsibility for that strike. Thailand summoned Iran's ambassador after the Thai-flagged bulk carrier Mayurineri was hit by Iranian projectiles while transiting the Strait of Hormuz without cargo. 3 crew members were feared trapped aboard the damaged ship. Iraq shut down its oil port. Operations entirely following the deadly attacks on the 2 foreign oil tankers. Brent crude oil briefly topped $100 a barrel on March 12th as Iranian attacks on shipping worsened supply concerns. The International Energy Agency agreed to release a record for 100 million barrels of oil from reserves. The United States pledged to contribute 172 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Despite this, oil prices remained above $100 a barrel. A surge in oil prices tied to the war in Iran is threatening to undo progress on inflation, which had been cooling to around 0.4% and could keep the U.S. Federal Reserve in a holding pattern on interest rates. More than 200 rockets were fired toward Israel from Lebanon on March 12th, where the Israel Defense Forces are targeting Hezbollah infrastructure and members. Israeli Defense Minister Katz warned Lebanon, if the Lebanese government does not know how to control the territory and prevent Hezbollah from threatening northern communities, we will take the territory and do it ourselves. The IDF struck and destroyed Hezbollah missile launchers in Lebanon on March 12th. Iranian missiles were also intercepted over Israel Sharon region. Bahrain, Kuwait, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia all intercepted Iranian missiles and drones on March 12th. In Bahrain, Iranian attacks wounded dozens, including children, near Manama. With a fire breaking out at the Mamir facility after a drone strike, 1 woman was killed and 8 people injured after a drone hit a residential building in Manama. In Kuwait, the National Guard shot down 8 drones targeting the country. In the UAE, 2 drones fell near Dubai International Airport, wounding 4 people, 2 Ghanaians, 1 Bangladeshi, and 1 Indian national. The airport stated that air traffic was operating normally, Iran says. More than 1,300 civilians have been killed, and nearly 10,000 civilian sites have been bombed by the U.S. and Israel since the war began February 28th. In Lebanon, Israeli strikes have killed at least 634 people, Lebanese authorities say. 7 U.S. service members have been killed and 140 others wounded, the Pentagon confirmed. More than 750,000 people have been displaced in Lebanon alone in the 12 days since the war began, a pace the UN described as unprecedented.